32 hundredths is 10 times as much as blank and 1/10 of blank. Well, we really have two problems right here. The first one is 32 hundredths is 10 times as much as blank, and we're going to call that n. The second problem is 32 hundredths is 1/10 of blank, and we're going to call that blank t. So let's focus on the first problem. 32 hundredths is 10 times as much as n. We're going to use this model where each of these squares represent n. And in this row, there's actually 10n. And what we know from our problem is that 32 hundredths is 10 times as much as n. Another way we can write this is 32 hundredths equals 10n. So our question is really, what is 1n equal to? So since we know 10n equals 32 hundredths, we can divide each side by 10 to get our answer. And so 32 hundredths divided by 10 is equal to 32 thousandths. So each of these squares is equal to 32 thousandths. So the answer to our first unknown is 32 thousandths. So the second problem reads 32 hundredths is 1/10 of t. Suppose we're going to use this model, and let's say the whole distance from here to here, that represents t. So since there's 10 squares here, each square is going to represent 1/10 t. And what the problem reads is this. The problem, 32 hundredths is 1/10 of t. And so another way we can write this would be 32 hundredths is equal to 1/10 t. That means that each of these squares is equal to 32 hundredths. So if 1/10 t equals 32 hundredths, then 10 1/10 t's is going to be equal to 10 times 32 hundredths. So that means t is equal to 3 2/10. So back to our question, 32 hundredths is 1/10 of 3 2/10. This is Yo-Yo Juice Sticks showing you one way to solve this problem. You may have another way, as long as it makes sense to you and makes sense to others, and it's correct, and you have a great way to solve the problem.